Hey all, this video idea came from one of my awesome commenters, Jamie. Jamie asked if I could do a short talk about the 30 Super Carry cartridge and about the Shield Plus chambered in it. In this video, I'll discuss both of those things and talk about what I think about the 30 Super Carry cartridge and why I think it failed. I'll be using a lot of images from my friend and editor at primerpeak.com, Dan Reedy. Dan is the biggest fan of 30 Super Carry that I know, and has more rounds through 30 Super Carry guns than anyone that I've personally seen or met. Links to his 30 Super Carry coverage will be down in the description below, and I'll also cite any sort of images or references that I use throughout the video down there too. Let's get into the history of the cartridge. 30 Super Carry was released by Federal Ammunition in early 2022. It was meant to be a purpose-made cartridge for concealed carry and self-defense, hence the name. It's a 30 caliber projectile, really like 31 caliber, but 30 caliber projectile, but with the performance better than the 380 ACP and slightly worse than the 9mm, while being smaller overall than 9mm. Federal claims that they didn't realize it when designing the cartridge, but 30 Super Carry is also extremely similar to the very old 32 French long cartridge. Based on pretty much all of the testing that I've seen, 30 Super Carry did have a lot better performance in gel testing than 380, and it was pretty similar to the performance of good 9mm. The big benefit of the round is that it gets you close to 9mm performance, but with a lot more capacity in the gun. For a Shield Plus, a 30 Super Carry Shield Plus holds 3 more rounds than the same gun chambered at 9mm, both with the flush magazine or the extended magazines. That might not seem like a whole lot, but having a fairly compact gun that can hold 14 rounds of the flush fitting mag is pretty impressive. Now, the benefits are obviously there for 30 Super Carry. You've got good terminal performance, at least for a handgun round, and better capacity than 9mm. When it comes to the shooting characteristics, the 30 Super Carry was generally a little bit faster than 9mm is, but the recoil was about on par, and I think part of that is due to the higher pressure of the 30 Super Carry round. Now, there were two pretty big issues for 30 Super Carry, and this is a big part as to why the round is effectively dead when it comes to new guns coming out. Those two issues are the timing for the release of the round, and the availability of guns chambered in 30 Super Carry. Jumping to the second point, when the 30 Super Carry was released in early 2022, you had 3 handguns available that were chambered in the round. You've got the Shield Plus, which is primarily what I'm talking about today, the Shield EZ, and a semi-custom Nighthawk 1911. The Nighthawk was just too expensive for the US market for general buyers because it was a $3,000 to $4,000 semi-custom 1911. That's not going to be a thing that's going to push the 30 Super Carry into better popularity. That leaves us with the Shield Plus and the EZ, and between the two, the Shield Plus is a better, more practical gun for most folks. The EZ is marketed for easier use with weaker hand strength or some sort of ailment, but in my instances of seeing that gun out there, they've had more reliability issues and generally snappier recoil, so that really only leaves us with a Shield Plus. Now, we fast forward 3.5 years, and there have been 2 more guns chambered in 30 Super Carry that have been released to the public. We've got the Hi-Point Carbine and the Avidity Arms PD-10. The Carbine was not going to be the savior for the round, and the PD-10 was too little too late when it was released. Coming back around to the first point, we have the timing for the release of the cartridge. Federal dropped the 30 Super Carry during the tail end of the COVID-19 pandemic, when ammo prices were really high, and components for making ammo were also very expensive and very scarce. This was probably the worst time that they could have released the caliber. I think that the timing basically made the 30 Super Carry dead on arrival. If we go back to early 2022, companies were not going to risk making guns chambered in the caliber that had very uncertain longevity. Would Glock, SIG, or Springfield want to make carry guns in the round just to let them sit in warehouses and store shelves? Well, time has shown that they did not want to do that, and I'm bummed by it. I would love to see something like a Glock 48, or a 43X, or a SIG P365 or P365 XL, or a Springfield Hellcat in this round. Those are the kind of guns that 30 Super Carry needed. The Shield Plus is really good, but it can't be the only gun in the caliber that's practically out there for folks. So the 30 Super Carry is a victim of poor timing. It's not the first time that this has happened with a handgun round, and it probably won't be the last either. But let's talk about the Shield Plus and 30 Super Carry specifically here. Well, in my opinion, I think the Shield Plus is one of the best carry guns on the market right now. While a lot of folks here on YouTube might think of me as a Smith & Wesson hater, I do like their guns, it's just that the QC can really be a letdown. I've personally owned 3 Shields over the last, goodness, 7 years, and I think they're among the best things that Smith & Wesson currently makes and has made for a long while now. Now, if you want to get one of the really cheap ones in 30 Super Carry, you'll have to contend with sourcing that kind of more rare ammo for that gun right now. Is that worth it for you? Maybe. I would probably go with a 9mm one, but if you really wanted to try out the 30 Super Carry gun, they are out there, and the ammo is available. It's just a bit more expensive than 9mm, at least at the time that I'm filming this. So for me, I wouldn't buy a gun chambered in 30 Super Carry, because I already have a ton of diversification within my calibers, and stacking another, even more rare caliber on top of that pile just is not in the cards for me right now. All of that said, whether you go 30 Super Carry or 9mm, I do think that the Shield Plus is a good gun. I don't have one because I do prefer the Glocks, but if for whatever reason I had to get rid of my slimline Glocks, I would go and pick up a Shield Plus to start carrying, although it would be a 9mm gun. So that's the 30 Super Carry and my take on it. What do you think of the 30 Super Carry cartridge? Is it a great round with bad timing, or was it overhyped nonsense? Let me know in the comments down below. Big thanks for watching to the end, and massive thanks to our channel members, patrons, and donors. If you'd like to financially support the channel, you can join as a member down below, or hop on the Patreon, also linked in the description. See you in the next video!